They say that some doors remain invisible until you are truly ready to walk through them. Have you ever felt that sudden, inexplicable pull, like a hidden force is calling you toward something greater? A knowledge just beyond your reach, waiting for you to grasp it? If so, type, "I am ready for transformation," in the comments. Let the universe know that you are prepared to step beyond the veil. And if you feel this message resonating, like this video, because what you're about to discover may just alter the course of your reality. Throughout history, there have been whispers of a secret passage, a hidden alchemy portal that reveals itself only to those who are truly prepared for transformation. This is not mere metaphor. This is an ancient truth, encoded within mystical traditions, buried in lost civilizations, and concealed within the very fabric of nature itself. But here's the paradox. The more you seek it with ordinary eyes, the more it hides from you. The great alchemists, sages, and initiates of old knew this well. They left behind cryptic symbols, veiled teachings, and sacred texts. But only those with the right state of mind could ever decode them. The rest? They would see nothing but meaningless riddles. Tonight, we step beyond the surface. We will unveil the origins of this alchemical portal, explore its hidden nature, and, most importantly, unlock the keys to seeing what has always been there, waiting for you. But be warned. Once you open this door, there is no turning back. Are you ready? Throughout the ages, secretive orders, ancient mystics, and forgotten civilizations have spoken of a hidden passage, a gateway not of stone or wood, but of perception itself. This is the alchemy portal, an unseen threshold that only reveals itself to those prepared for true transformation. The earliest whispers of this portal trace back to the mystery schools of Egypt, where initiates of the Temple of Thoth underwent rigorous trials to attain divine wisdom. It was believed that only those who had purified their mind, body, and soul could perceive the hidden realms beyond ordinary sight. Hieroglyphs depict pharaohs walking through celestial doorways, guided by deities, symbols of an internal transformation rather than a physical journey. In the East, Taoist alchemists spoke of the golden elixir, an energy hidden within the body that, when awakened, would allow one to transcend the illusion of the physical world. They did not seek to turn lead into gold, but rather to transmute their own being into something higher. They knew that the real alchemy was the refinement of the soul. The ancient Greeks had their own version of this secret passage, hidden within the Eleusinian mysteries. Here, chosen initiates were led through a transformative ritual, experiencing visions so profound that upon their return, they claimed to no longer fear death. What did they see? And more importantly, why was this knowledge restricted only to the worthy? Even the Hermetic texts, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, spoke of a process known as the Great Work, a path of deep transformation that would allow the seeker to transcend the limits of ordinary existence. They described an invisible door that could only be opened by the right key, one forged through wisdom, experience, and inner purification. But something happened. Over time, these teachings became shrouded in secrecy, hidden away by secret societies, burned by religious authorities, or dismissed as myth by the modern world. Why? Because true transformation is dangerous to the status quo. Those who walk through the alchemy portal no longer live under the illusions of control, fear, or limitation. They become something more, something untamed, awakened, and powerful. The question is, why does this portal remain invisible to most? Because it does not exist in the external world, it exists within you. And until you are ready, your mind will never perceive it. But when the moment arrives, when the shift within you begins, the door will appear where there was once only empty space. In the next section, we will uncover how this portal manifests, the hidden mechanics behind its transformation, and how you can align yourself with its awakening. Are you prepared to take the next step? Imagine standing before an ancient door, weathered by time, etched with symbols you cannot yet decipher. You feel its presence, but when you reach out, your hand passes through empty space. The door is there, yet not there. This is the nature of the alchemy portal. It does not open with force. It does not reveal itself to mere curiosity. It is a living threshold, responding only to those who have undergone a fundamental shift in perception. But what is this shift? The ancients understood that reality is not fixed. It is a fluid construct, shaped by the mind, the soul, and the vibrational state of one's being. The alchemy portal is not a physical gateway, but an awakening of awareness, a moment when the veils of illusion fall away and a hidden path becomes visible. This is why it cannot be found. It can only be realized. The 3 stages of alchemical transformation. To step through this portal, one must undergo a process known in esoteric traditions as the Great Work. This path is divided into 3 stages, each mirroring the transformations of an alchemist working with base metals. But here, the metal is not physical. It is you. 1. Nigredo, the dissolution of illusion. This is the stage of darkness, destruction, and disillusionment. It is the moment when everything you once believed about yourself, the world, and reality begins to break apart. Many experience this as a crisis, the loss of identity, the collapse of old structures, or a deep existential void. But this darkness is not your enemy. It is the burning away of the false self. The ego resists, clings, fights. But for those who surrender to the process, something miraculous happens. From the ashes of the old, the first glimpse of truth begins to emerge. 2. Albedo, the purification of perception. Once the old illusions are stripped away, a new light begins to dawn. This is the phase of purification, where one learns to see without distortion, without fear, without attachment. The world remains the same, yet it appears entirely different. The great sages and mystics who spoke of enlightenment were describing this stage, the moment when the fog lifts, and you realize that the limitations you once accepted were nothing more than shadows on the wall of a cave. The alchemy portal begins to shimmer into view. It is not fully open yet, but you can sense it, feel its presence. The key now is alignment. But with what? 3. Rubedo, the unification of the higher self. In this final stage, the fragmented aspects of the self merge into something whole, something beyond the ordinary human experience. This is when the portal fully reveals itself. The transformation is complete, and the initiate steps forward, not into another world, but into a deeper reality that has always existed beneath the surface. At this point, the individual is no longer becoming. They are. Their very being radiates a different frequency, and with it, their perception of reality shifts permanently. The illusions of separation, fear, and limitation dissolve. They move through life as an awakened force, untouched by the constraints that once bound them. But how does one begin this process? The key lies not in books, rituals, or external teachings, but in something far more profound. In the next section, we will uncover how to align yourself with this transformation, the unseen forces that either accelerate or block the process, and the hidden mechanics behind making the portal visible in your own life. Are you prepared to step even further? The greatest secret of the alchemy portal is this: it has always been open. The illusion is not that the portal is hidden. It is that you have been conditioned not to see it. The mind, when trapped in fear, doubt, and limitation, filters out higher realities. It is not that the truth is far away. It is simply out of reach because of the very way you have been taught to perceive existence. This is why ancient mystics, monks, and initiates dedicated their lives to inner refinement. They knew that the portal was not something to be found, but rather something that revealed itself when the seeker was truly ready. The unseen forces that shape your reality. To understand why the portal remains invisible to most, we must explore a concept known in esoteric traditions as the veil of Maya, the illusion that binds consciousness to a limited perception of reality. This veil is maintained by three primary forces. 1. The weight of the past, karmic imprints. Every experience, belief, and trauma you carry acts as a filter over your perception. Imagine a stained glass window. If the glass is dirty, cracked, or covered in dust, the light struggles to pass through. These imprints are not just personal. They are collective. Society, history, and even your ancestry leave patterns in your subconscious, shaping how you interpret the world. The more attached you are to these patterns, the more difficult it is to see beyond them. To approach the portal, you must release what no longer serves you. 2. The distractions of the external world. The modern world is designed to pull your attention outward, to keep you engaged with noise, artificial desires, and superficial distractions. Every moment spent in reactive thought, unconscious habits, and meaningless pursuits is a moment further from true perception. Ancient traditions emphasized stillness, silence, and self-awareness as the first steps toward awakening. The portal is not found through effort. It is seen in the space between thoughts, in the silence beneath the mind's chatter. To attune yourself to its presence, you must reclaim your attention. 3. The resistance of the ego. The ego, the small self, is built on the idea of separation. It thrives on identity, attachment, and control. But the alchemy portal leads to something beyond the ego. It dissolves the false self and reveals the infinite nature of existence. This is why so many fear transformation. To step through the portal means to surrender everything you thought you were. The ego resists, clinging to its illusions, creating distractions, doubts, and rationalizations. But here's the paradox. The moment you stop resisting, the portal appears. The final key: frequency and resonance. Everything in existence operates on frequency. You do not find the portal. You become the person who can perceive it. This is why so many fail. They search for the door externally when it has always been a reflection of their internal state. To align with the portal, one must raise their frequency. This is not about thinking positive or forcing spiritual beliefs. It is about shifting the very core of your being. Detachment from illusion. See beyond false identities and external distractions. Inner stillness. The portal emerges when the mind is silent. Conscious intent. Transformation is a choice. The more you align with it, the clearer the path becomes. The moment your frequency matches that of the portal, the door appears where there was once nothing. And when you step through, reality itself begins to reshape around you. But how do you apply this knowledge in the real world? How do you integrate these truths into your daily life to activate the transformation? In the next section, we will uncover practical methods, rituals, and exercises that will accelerate this awakening and make the portal visible in your own life. Are you ready to take action? The alchemy portal is not a myth, nor is it an abstract idea. It is a living reality, one that reveals itself the moment you align your being with its presence. But alignment is not passive. It requires conscious action, deep inner work, and a willingness to let go of the familiar in exchange for the unknown. The following practices are designed to attune you to the frequency of transformation. Each one is a key. Turn them, and the invisible threshold will begin to take shape before you. 1. The ritual of stillness, silencing the mind's noise. The portal does not respond to force. It responds to clarity. When the mind is chaotic, when thoughts race uncontrollably, the door remains hidden. But the moment you cultivate stillness, a shift occurs. Every morning before sunrise or every night before sleep, sit in complete silence for 15 to 30 minutes. Do not chase thoughts. Do not seek answers. Simply observe. Over time, an inner presence will emerge. This is the space where the portal begins to manifest. Why it works. The mind is like a turbulent lake. When the waters are still, they reflect the sky with perfect clarity. The same is true for the hidden door. It is only seen when the mind is undisturbed. 2. The art of unbinding, releasing karmic weight. Every unresolved emotion, every limiting belief, every attachment to past pain is a chain keeping you bound to lower frequencies. If you try to step through the portal while carrying these weights, you will find yourself unable to move forward. Practice. Write down everything that still holds power over you. Old wounds, grudges, fears, limiting beliefs. Burn the paper. As the flames consume it, speak aloud. I release what no longer serves me. I step forward unbound. Feel the weight leave your body. Visualize yourself lighter, freer, untethered. Why it works. Energy must flow freely for transformation to occur. By consciously shedding what holds you back, you create space for the new. 3. The alignment of frequency, resonating with the portal's energy. Everything operates on vibration. The alchemy portal exists at a frequency beyond fear, doubt, and limitation. To perceive it, you must attune yourself to its resonance. Speak or meditate on the phrase, I am transformation. Surround yourself with high vibrational influences, music, books, environments, and people that elevate your consciousness. Avoid anything that drags you into fear, negativity, or low-frequency distractions. Why it works. Like a radio, you can only tune in to a station that matches your frequency. The higher you vibrate, the clearer the signal. The walk between worlds. Practicing altered perception. Most people move through life in autopilot, trapped in habitual thinking. The portal requires a different state of awareness, one that sees beyond the ordinary. For one entire day, act as if you are already on the other side of the portal. Walk slower. Observe the world as if it is revealing something hidden beneath the surface. Speak with intentionality. Move with presence. See beyond appearances. At the end of the day, write down any synchronicities, insights, or unusual occurrences. Why it works. By shifting how you engage with reality, you begin to experience a new layer of existence, one that was always there, waiting for you to notice. The final step, surrendering to the unknown. The portal does not appear through control or force. It manifests when you let go of who you think you are and embrace what you are meant to become. Every night before sleep, whisper, I am ready to see. Trust the process. The more you release, the closer you get. True transformation is not something you chase. It is something you allow. You now hold the keys. The question is, will you use them? In the final section, we will reveal what happens once you step through, and how life itself changes when you do. Are you ready for the final revelation? You have come this far. That alone means something. Most will never reach this point. They will remain where they are, unaware, distracted, chained to illusions they mistake for reality. But you now stand at the edge of something profound. The alchemy portal is no longer just an idea to you. You have felt its presence, glimpsed its nature, and now you face the final choice. Will you step through? But understand this. Crossing the threshold is not a one-time event. It is a continual unfolding. Every moment you choose awareness over unconsciousness, courage over fear, transformation over stagnation, you walk deeper into the hidden realms of existence. And here is the secret they never tell you. Once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you step through, the world will never look the same. You will begin to notice patterns in reality, synchronicities that feel too precise to be random. You will sense an intelligence beneath the surface of life itself, guiding you, speaking in symbols and whispers. The illusions of limitation, control, and fear will fade. You will realize that the world has always been far more mysterious, far more alive than you were ever told. If you feel the shift, if something inside you is awakening, then type in the comments, "I am stepping through." This is your declaration, your signal to the unseen forces that you are ready. And if this message has resonated, if you feel the call to go deeper, then like this video, because what comes next will take you even further into the unknown. This is only the beginning. The portal is waiting. Will you walk through?